Hello everybody, and welcome to your Caturday reading with me, James. So let's get right into it. This is about some sort of, I feel, faded relationship. Okay, this is somebody that you've already been with. You guys are not in communication. But, at the bottom of the deck we have the Queen of Cups, the Ace of Cups, and the King of Cups. So there's a fuck ton of love here. But for whatever reason, there's nothing going on. Because with that, we also have the Sun, which to me speaks of illumination being brought into a situation, joy being brought back into a situation where such things have been lost. At the bottom of the Oracle deck, excuse me, we have hiding, which speaks of not letting your intentions being known at this current point in time, keeping some stuff to yourself. And with that, we have fall, the quiet joy of transition. So I feel like in this time apart, right, as you've both been hiding from each other, you've both been going through your own metamorphosis. I feel like this time apart was on purpose. It was, brought upon by the universe because something needed to change. Somebody needed to realize something. And that's never for nothing. So, here we have card number 11, watching. Now this speaks to keeping a close eye on either an individual or a situation. And I get that you're keeping an eye on this individual because we have the Nine of Swords. So this situation has been giving you anxiety, causing sleepless nights. But then we also have the Ten of Pentacles and the Page of Cups. So I get that you do see a successful future with this individual and you want to bring them an offer. So you could be watching them right now over social media and trying to figure out, what they could be up to. Because like I said, you guys are not in communication for sure. And you haven't been for a while. And as you're watching them, you're trying to gather information to, see what's been going on in their life. What is their current situation? Like, trying to see if there are any hints of, like, do they still think about you or this situation? Which is kind of normal. And then we have card number 6, ruling, which speaks to taking action. Which speaks to, doing so with knowledge, making a plan and then following through with it. And to clarify that, we have the Chariot, the Ten of Wands, and the Five of Pentacles. So with that, that definitely tells me that, you're going towards somebody that left you out in the cold and left you with all these burdens of the mystery. Because I feel like it was a very sudden ending that left you with a lot of questions, a lot of things that you didn't understand. There really was no explanation. It was just a very vague and got cut off very quickly. So there wasn't even really, you couldn't even try to ask questions, but they may have tried to give you the runaround, tried to evade those questions. But next up, we have card number 7, empowering, which speaks to the actions you take towards others, empowering them, giving them this spark right here, some ideas. You could be the kind of person that inspires people. to do things, inspires them to take action by seeing the actions that you take in your life. But here in particular, I feel like, once you make this informed movement towards this individual, that's going to then cause them to feel empowered to make a move towards you, or like open up emotionally in a sense. Because here I get, with the Ace of Swords, the Moon, and the Seven of Cups, I get that this person is then going to, admit, come clean, tell you the truth of the things that you didn't know, and they're going to reveal that, they had options. They wanted to explore those options. And that's a part of why they left. But, this situation with the Five of Wands, there were just way too many people involved. There were way too many opinions involved that were not, of those who really mattered in this situation, those who had the facts of the situation. And I get that, during this time that this person was exploring their options, they, with the Judgment card, I get that they were comparing these other people to you, okay? To see if, I feel like a big part of this was just to see if you were what they actually wanted. And throughout this process, they realized, they have everything that they need to get what they want. And throughout that process, they realize that, you're the Empress. And once they had that realization, they then decided to quickly come towards you, probably sending a lot of text messages or messages on social media. Depending on your situation, the way in which they contact you will be different. And, they're getting out of their own way. They're getting out of their head. And they want to grow this with you. They want to nurture what you guys have. And you're going to realize that, they were actually holding on to you this whole time. They're just more slow moving than you are. But either way, you both see this ending successfully. And how this ends will be a cause for celebration. So, they could possibly be, proposing. Or, that could even just be, celebrating you guys, being back together in a relationship. That could be cause for a night out with some friends, celebrating, you're coming back together. Because even though there are people that did not want you guys to come back together, which is a part of that Five of Wands, people putting their 2 cents in that really were against your situation. It was just unknown to either of you at the time. There could have been somebody that tried to sabotage your person and, convince them to do something that they normally wouldn't do, or act in a way they normally wouldn't act. But it is what it is. I see you guys, in the end coming back together. It's just that you are going to have to make that initial movement towards them for them to then be comfortable, opening up to you and admitting what was going on in their mind. Because there was a sense of betrayal at some point in the situation. It could be because you ended things, indefinitely, and they could have felt that as a betrayal, but they still are going to be bringing you that cup. Let's see, is there anything else that the collective needs to know? Yep, you guys are going to be moving on in a positive